Hi, my name is Bryce Clarke, and we're here today to look at the modifications and renovations that I've done to the home. I was injured August 26th, 2001, when I dove off the deck. Right about there is where I dove, and dove into a swimming pool I had that was on the ground. Something I had done 100 times, and it only took once to do it wrong. And I'm now a C5-6 quadriplegic, and enjoying life just as I did before. Once I got home from the hospital, I was there in the hospital from August 26th through to February 14th. And once I got home, I realized quickly that I had to do some modifications to the home to make it livable for myself. I did a few of the minor modifications, such as widening doors and putting in tracking and some different lifts. But I realized over time that wasn't going to be enough, and I had to do more to make the home more accessible and more livable for myself. It took almost 2 years just because of the trades, getting them in and out, and the builder and everything like that. So it was a long time coming, but it's well worth it. The house is situated on 4 acres of land, and all of it I can get around on. I can go anywhere. I've got a fire pit down in the back that we have some good times at, as well as I can get around all in the front on top of the hill and everything like that. So the property was very accessible. That's the main reason I stayed here instead of trying to find a different place, was I loved the property so much and it was so accessible. The hot tub on the deck, which I used to use, I found I got cold when I was in it. The wind would blow, and if it was in cooler temperatures, I'd freeze. So I wanted to get a hot tub that I could use, because I found once I was in the water, my muscles, if they were sore, whatever, they felt better. If I was aching, even in places I couldn't feel normally, I felt better. It made me relax more, and especially having one just before bed, it was just a complete tool to relax me, get me ready for bed. I'd go to bed and I just have wonderful sleeps. So anyways, what I ended up doing is I installed a hot tub in the basement of the addition, and what I wanted above it was tracking, so that I could get lifted in properly, and we wouldn't have to fiddle around with any lifts that we weren't familiar with, or that where someone had to stand far away from myself. With the tracking, of course, the lift is right attached to the sling that I get into it, and someone sits right there, lowers me, and they can handle me in the water and get me to the seat that I need. So, but the hot tub is just incredible if you can get one. The style of door handle I went with on the upgrades were the style that are curved like this. They're actually meant to go the other way, where this little hook would be down. But for myself, having no hand control, I decided to put them upside down, so that when I grabbed onto them, I actually had a hook that could hook my hand, so I can pull it all the way down and open it. The door's locked right now, but some of the renovations that I did upstairs here were done while I was in the hospital, and actually done by family members that were very inexpensive. And what it was first of all knocking out just part of the wall to make double doors into what used to be the master bedroom, as well as widening other doors to get into the other rooms. We only had to widen them by a couple of inches, so it was just a matter of removing the one side of the jamb, bumping out the wall, and moving the jamb over a little bit. So it worked out very well to make it a little more accessible and very cost effective. So this is the entertainment area, and the tracking that I have upstairs has to be moved down, and we're going to put it on the drop ceiling right above the love seat, so that of course I can get in there with my girlfriend and sit right beside her to watch movies, be apart with the kids and everything like that, and makes you feel a little bit more normal when you're watching movies and TV from a couch and not your chair, and you can be closer with the people you love. That's important. This is the office, and I made it a little bit bigger than what a usual office is, so I have room to move completely around. I did get a new desk, and it's the kind of desk that I can just pull right into, have access to the computer, and I don't have to do anything else. One of the first things that I got with the computer is a trackball, so I can operate the computer on my own, and I don't have to have anybody's help. To operate a proper mouse is nearly impossible for me, and to have your computer stuff all lined up where you can reach it is important. Like anybody with an entertainment system, you have a lot of remotes, and for me to try to use them, I needed a way for them to stay in one place. So what I've done is I've Velcroed all the remotes to the top of a table that's at the height that I can use, and the table itself is on wheels, so I can move it around wherever I go, and then I can operate the system on my own, and I don't need anybody's help. So it's really great and beneficial. So this is probably the biggest freedom that I had when I did the addition, and that was I put in an elevator. I didn't want to spend a lot of money. I was trying to keep it as reasonable as possible. So what I ended up putting in is I put in an indoor lift, and it was probably about half the cost of an elevator. It came out to about $14,000 or $15,000 for the lift. You have to build the shaft and everything like that, but that's basic construction. That's not having to get any special people out to do it. And so so I have that, and with automatic doors, and that was included in that price. So the door opens, and I go in, and it's not a fully enclosed elevator. It's a lift that's inside a shaft, so I can still see the whole shaft, but it saves a lot of money. Because doing renovations, the floors were different heights, and the kitchen floor was actually like 1.5 inches higher than the regular floor, and so we had to think of a way of doing a transition between the two floors that looked nice and was cost effective instead of ripping up other floors. So we had these transitions made, and I think it looks very good. I had them ramp the tile right up to the bottom of the door. It's just a slight slope that I think takes 2 tile widths, and they ramped it right up to the bottom of the door, so there's no lip whatsoever. One of the first things that I installed, I was still in the hospital actually while this was getting put in, and that was the stair lift. It was put in into the original home before I did any renovations, because our bedroom used to be upstairs, and as were all the bedrooms, and so the stair lift takes you up the stairs and allows me to have access upstairs. The nice thing about the stair lift as well is it just folds up against the wall and people can get through it. This is the master bedroom, and pretty much the only thing that we had to do in the master bedroom was put up tracking on the ceiling. The tracking is for the lift system that's hanging down, where I get a sling put around me and you get lifted up and then I can get into bed. It's very easy and fairly quick as far as lifts go. It's not very difficult at all, and it's actually quite comfortable. The importance of having a proper bathroom that's wheelchair accessible is incredible. I lived for 7 years without one, and I can't imagine how I did it, but this new bathroom is just incredible. Probably the best part of the bathroom renovation is the wheel-in shower. This allows me to get right from a routine into a shower very quickly and anytime I want. You wheel me in on a commode chair and I can sit in front of the shower, have the shower run down on me, and it feels just great. One of the other things I did was for the master bedroom and for any of the double doors, instead of putting latches on, I had them put latches up top so that all I have to do is come to the doors and just touch them with my feet, and they can open up automatically and I can go through. So the one thing that I did is lifts break down all the time, and I was once stuck in the house because I couldn't get the lift fixed. So I ended up getting a ramp built on the side of the deck. So again, it's an addition to the deck I had, but I strongly believe anybody that needs a lift into the house should definitely have a ramp built somewhere so they're not stuck in the house or they can't get into the house. I was also stuck outside for 2 or 3 hours trying to get up by manually cranking the lift up, and it's not any good. You know, I'd advise anybody that's going to do major renovations to go through a lawyer and get a proper, if you're getting a proper add-on mortgage, that can be handled by a lawyer to hand out the funds to the builder at certain allocations. As the building is being built, the bank then, or the lawyer will send out, the lawyer will send out an inspector to inspect as it's coming, what stage it's at, and then allocate the funds accordingly, so that the builder isn't coming right to you and saying, I need this money, I need this money, I need this money. So that's probably the best way to go.